picture of all of us. I'm one of the old guys here, I think, in the bus queue, waiting for a film to turn up. And what tends to happen is they all turn up at once. And that's half the problem. I, as a customer, can only get on the bus, the one film bus at a time. And the trouble is, when I finished it and I come back and I have to queue again, all the films I wanted to see have gone. And one of the problems is, as a business, our hurdles and barriers that we put up is that our films, on average, play for relatively short periods in cinemas. And primarily one of the reasons people don't go and see the film at a cinema is because they weren't aware of it, or it's not long enough. And that's one of the biggest things. In fact, through the research I've done in the past, one of the things that really frustrates me is that we have people wanting to go see a film at my cinema or your cinema, and they just haven't got round to it. How many people have you spoken to and said, "God damn, I really wished I'd seen that film, I meant to go, but it's not available anymore." So as a business, we're not actually helping ourselves, and what we tend to do is that we focus on replacing a current film with a new one, and we have to because we have to increase our revenues, but the film that we replace it with is actually for a different audience, potentially. And the work I've done in the past says the latent, I call it latent demand, you could call it an opportunity cost, if you like, but essentially, in an ideal world, if everybody went to see the films that they wanted to see, that said they didn't get around to seeing at the cinema, and they actually hoped and really wanted it would drive 33% more admissions. And I'll tell you, I'll take 10% of that 33% by trying to do something a bit differently. And this may be on top of what Borys just talked about. And one of the things I'm working on at the moment, a project of mine is called Boomerang Cinema, which is bringing back films, the recently released films back to the cinema. And it can chime with the DVD release window. So there's a way of linking in, as I've tried to talk earlier, of home entertainment linking in with the cinema industry and working collaboratively. And of course, successful DVD release is really important for the studios. And of course, with all the initiatives on ultraviolet and all that kind of thing going on at the moment, it's a really interesting opportunity. So you can come up with solutions like Boomerang Cinema and create some new business opportunities for you. And this is also, which links to the next presentation, is to do with demand-based and crowdsourcing content, so you can get people to communicate with you what they would like to see and when. And that develops an action and an engagement. So I'd like to now invite Marieke Jonker from the Netherlands to come and do her presentation.
Thank you, Mark, for that introduction. So my name is Marieke Jonker, and I'm one of the 4 founders and the CEO of Amstel Film, which is an independent film distributor in the Netherlands. We started our company in 2009 because we saw big possibilities in niche content, or maybe those other films besides the top 30 you were talking about, Mark, and event-based cinema. Basically because of the digitization of cinemas. In the last 2 years, we spent our time building, launching and developing We Want Cinema, the online platform on which you can decide as a customer what is being shown in the cinema. So the next trailer you're about to see, you can spot it already from May 2012 in the Dutch cinemas. So, what did we achieve so far? In May 2012, we were online for the first time. In October 2012, we officially launched during the Dutch Film Festival. And so far, we have had more than 50 successful events We are giving our service to 19 cinemas throughout the country, and more than 1,200 titles are part of our catalog so far. We have had several awards. The Global Creative Business Cup was a nice one, but also in Spain last year during the Cine Europe, the film industry, part of the audience I think here, voted us as the most innovative digital project of 2012, so thank you for that, by the way. We are now in a process of expanding. We are selling licenses for We Want Cinema platforms to other countries, because you can imagine that this platform works in every country. We have all the backends to implement it very quickly and cost effectively. And with Mark, we are working on the idea of Boomerang Cinema to provide the backend support. So basically what we do is service that latent demand Mark was talking about. But how does it actually work? Basically, as a customer, you go to the website, you select a film, you then select a time and a place you want to see the film, and with buying the first ticket, you actually create the event, and that event you can promote through Facebook, Twitter, whatever there is. And when enough other people have bought a ticket, the event will take place. It's as simple as that. And thanks to Borys, now you know what you want to see, so that's fixed as well. We capitalize on that latent demand. Films go out of the cinema far too quickly sometimes, even before the people have had the chance to check their agendas. And with We Want Cinema, you can get films back to the big screen again. And cinemas actually can optimize their low efficiency hours with it. It works nicely for educational purposes during the day, or for people with young children. Those are available during the day, students. And for content owners, having your film thrown out of cinema after only 6 to 8 weeks, you're very happy with this new long tail solution. So it is quite niche, but it would appeal to film lovers. It actually does appeal to film lovers. Basically, what the concept is about is that it re-establishes the relationship between theaters, content owners, and the audience. We give the audience more power, and that is a trend which you can see in several ways, because you already have crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, and we call this crowd ticketing. So it basically shifts the market from a push strategy towards a pull strategy. If you look at the website, you can see that for each event there is a progression bar which turns green once the critical mass of tickets is reached. And during those low efficiency hours, you sometimes only need 20 to 25 people to let the event happen. And of course you get your money back when the event doesn't take place, so don't worry about that. We also have some nice features. For example, you can leave a personal pledge for each event if you are the organizer. And well, for example, you can promise people that you will tell some nice trivia beforehand, or invite people to get dressed as the main characters. And that's exactly what we are looking for. We want more event-based cinema, something to happen in the cinemas where they go out of their houses to do so. So, apologies for this slide full of Dutch words, but I will take you through. Don't worry. Bioscoopbeheer stands for the back end, where cinemas actually can leave their time slots that are available for customers to book. And it's a very user-friendly interface for the cinemas. And I think you do recognize the Facebook and the Twitter icons over there. It's just to show you that it's very easy to promote. the event through social media platforms. You can evenly put a widget on your website. If you're, for example, a horror fan and you have your own horror website, you can put a widget in there to sell tickets for the horror event you just started. I'll give you some creative examples. The next one is a user-generated film, which got an exclusively user-generated release in the Netherlands. I'm very proud to show this to you. It was the entertainment experience was the process. It got an Emmy 3 weeks ago, and the result was Steekspel, the movie.
Steekspel. Dat is een naam die door het publiek is verzonnen. En het was een combinatie van, laat zeggen, regisseur en een scenarist en dan een paar honderd, te midden van duizenden inzendingen over scenario's. Dat dus eigenlijk voor het internet bedoeld was, maar nu doet het merkwaardige feit zich voor dat het uiteindelijk ook in de bioscoop terechtkomt. Je kan daarop reageren door in te schrijven op We Want Cinema.
So yes, another example was the Nothing Like Chocolate event. It was an event to watch a documentary on chocolate. It was started by a girl who was part of the chocolate convention in Amsterdam. I didn't know it existed either. But a lot of people went to that screening and they tasted the chocolate, they could watch the film, and it was all during the day. So no problem for the normal screening hours there. And the last example, this guy in the middle is the Dutch called Mr. Horror. He happened to know Scott Glenn, one of the main characters of the film Silence of the Lambs, and he arranged a screening with a live Skype introduction by Scott Glenn, and of course it was attended very well. So basically, get people engaged. We want to help you to access this huge latent demand and increase the cinema admissions in a profitable way. Crowds are gaining power, and the social media, they actually enable people to organize social events based on this new pool principle. So yes, we also share data of local communities with theaters and the content owners of the specific events. And don't forget, this platform is fully automated and optimized for usability and user experience. And we are ready to roll out to other countries. So if you're interested, I'm here the whole week, and let me know afterwards. Thank you.